Here we have a generic truss design drawing. It's going to represent all of the information that you should see on a proprietary truss design drawing from one of the major plate supplying companies. But for this purpose, it is very educational in nature, so it's not going to match up entirely, but it will give you the idea of what information is available on a typical truss design drawing. And with that, I want to go over three sections. One is going to be this top header, which we will talk about in this video. Next is going to be the kind of the graphical representation. And then we've got the text down below, which we'll go through each line by line to kind of give you an idea of what all of it means. So let's talk about the top header, job number SBCA 0001. That is specific to each truss manufacturing location. You could see the same job number, job name across different multiple manufacturers. It really is just their internal way of talking about which specific job. It could be lot specific. It could be, customer specific. It could just include a date and kind of -01 or something there. Beyond that, truss ID G18. Now, each truss is specific within the manufacturer's job. So you could see several G18s there, totally different trusses throughout multiple jobs. They're not the same. So this is a unique identifier for this job. Use this on a truss placement diagram or referring to this specific truss. That is the information why it's important to understand which ID you're talking about, where it goes on the truss placement diagram, those sort of things. So again, that G18 is going to be specific to this one particular job. Quantity 1, hopefully this one's a little self-explanatory. We're going to expect to see one of these on the job. It's going to be one on the truss placement diagram. There's obviously different trusses that could have several. You could have 20 in an instance. You might have one. But here, a little bit more that might make it a little confusing. If you're on the job site and you see three of them, three G18s, that's because they've not been plied together. This is a girder truss. It's got 3 plies. It needs to be nailed or screwed or bolted together. And that'll be talked about in future videos as far as how to do that. That information is down below. And then finally, we've got the date, 7/4 of 2018. Now, this might get a little tricky on some of the proprietary drawings. There is a design date when it was engineered, when the analysis were performed, and then there's a creation date for the document. Those might differ depending on when certain activities happen. It might also be even when it was manufactured, could be a third date. So with that, that is kind of the top header. We will talk about the specifics of the graphics in future videos. I hope that you stick around and we'll talk about it then. Thank you.